Let's talk a little bit about what to expect over the next 4 years from the standpoint of governance and who's really in charge here. Donald Trump will soon be back in the White House for a second term, but this incoming administration is really shaping up to be less about Trump and more about the people running the show behind the scenes. This is not a deep state conspiracy theory with vague actors. Remember, when I had Vivek Ramaswamy on the show, he started talking about deep state this and deep state that. And I said, Vivek, tell me, who are the people? Give me the names of the people. And twice he refused to name anybody. And eventually he said, people like Susan Rice. This is not a deep state conspiracy. This is about the specific people involved with Trump and who Trump is appointing and nominating. Right now, Trump is essentially a mascot for the far right. And the question is, what will emerge from the last vestiges of Trump's political career, which is the next 4 years? What will emerge to succeed it? Trump's older than ever, as are we all, and more out of touch than ever. And he's clueless about a lot of the mechanisms that are at play, but that doesn't really matter because there's a machinery around Trump ready to take over. Here's the game plan, and it's already in motion. First, there's Project 2025. This is the Heritage Foundation's blueprint to remake the federal government. And despite Trump saying many times, I don't know anything about it, I don't have anything to do with it, the number of Project 2025 adjacent people who are getting positions of power in Trump's administration is stunning. And their goal we know about because they put it in writing. The goal is fire tens of thousands of career civil servants, people whose job it is just to keep government running and stable, no matter who is in power, be it Democrats or Republicans. Take those career civil servants, fire them, replace them with hardcore loyalists. Forget about experience, forget about competence. The only qualification is Trump's undying allegiance to the agenda. That's what matters. And it's really the agenda of the people pulling the strings. Trump's allies are already moving on this. They're stacking key roles with loyalists like Kash Patel, who's going to lead the FBI, Billy Long, that's an accountant. No. An auctioneer. An auctioneer is going to be the new head of the IRS. It's not just amateur hour, it's a calculated strategy. These are selections meant to dismantle the independence of these federal agencies and just turn them into a tool that Trump can use. So that's Project 2025 and the plan on civil servants. Trump's Agenda 47 is the shiny object that they're dangling to distract Trump's base. It's the freedom cities, death penalty for drug dealers, the militarized deportations. It's that stuff. The real story is the authoritarian infrastructure that they're building behind the scenes. This administration is about creating a government that you can't challenge in any meaningful way. Trump will be the figurehead. The loyalists will be running the show. And here is the kicker. Donald Trump is not even the long-term plan. What I mean by that is Trump's got his 4 years, but what's next? Who's going to run? I recently spoke to someone in a position to know who told me that privately, the plan is to pave the way for J.D. Vance to be the Republican candidate in 2028 with Donald Trump Jr. as his running mate. Think about how terrifying that is. Now, of course, one of their principles is that they're against political dynasties. They're against the Clintons. Bill Clinton was president. Why do we need Hillary? He talks badly about George W. Bush as he never should have been president. They already had a Bush. They're against political dynasties, except when it's them. That's what this is all actually about. It's about securing generational power for a hard right movement. Part of the reason it seems that Donald Trump Jr. was so adamant that Trump's VP be J.D. Vance rather than Doug Burgum is that Vance is the guy who would have Don Jr. as his running mate. Trump right now is serving the sort of role of the lame duck figurehead who's going to be a gateway to get him there. They know this is the end of Trump's political career, both because of his age and because it's his second term. And what we're looking at is not governance, it's a takeover The people around Trump are setting up a government that's going to outlast him. It's going to consolidate power in ways that could fundamentally reshape the country. And it is already happening. And it's happening with a lot of doofuses, I might mention. One of them is Alina Habba. Well, I wrote a book after a long journey and a ton of work. I am really thrilled with how it turned out, and I hope you'll read it. The book is called The Echo Machine, and in a nutshell, it looks at how American politics got so broken, who has already figured out solutions, and how we can try to fix it and stop the terror of Trump for the next 4 years. With Trump winning this election, The Echo Machine couldn't be more relevant, not only a warning about how we got here, but also about what might be coming and how to prevent the worst outcomes. We've got to stay engaged. We need a plan, and that's what the book is about. There's a belief out there that unless you have corporate media behind you, you can't have a successful political book launch, that it's not possible. I think we can prove that wrong. Order The Echo Machine today at davidpakman.com/echo on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, Kindle, anywhere that books, ebooks, and audiobooks are sold. You can also call any local bookstore and say, please order me The Echo Machine by David Pakman. Wherever you get the book, you'll get the free pre-order perks, including the signed book plate. Head to davidpakman.com/free book stuff after ordering.